Can you guys hear me? What's up, Bobby? What's going on, Mike? What are you guys wearing tonight? I'm actually wearing that new Squally, the 1521. Well, new to me, the orange dial one. I'm not doing the face thing tonight. I'm kind of bumming it out tonight, so that's why I'm not doing the face screen here. But tonight's topic is the new Omega Seamaster from the James Bond movie, or No Time to Die. What do you guys think about that? What are you guys' thoughts on the new watch? I really like it, and I feel like I would really like it, especially if the price was right. But nice, I love that Black Bay 58. You know, you got me looking at those now, Bobby. But I really like the watch, but the price is the only thing that would scare me away. It's $8,000 US, which I think is really high. What I think Omega did do right is they didn't make it a limited edition, another limited edition like they always do. Which says, as you know, the limited editions for Omega doesn't really mean anything. They'll say limited edition, then they'll be make like 8 or 10,000 models. But like I said, what they did make right was the actual, I think the looks of the watch. It's not too fancy. It's got that kind of vintage kind of vibe, which I kind of get. They're going with, Daniel Craig's character is kind of retiring after this or came out of retirement. They're giving that kind of vintage look to kind of go with the character, which I heard, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I've heard that Daniel Craig actually had some input in helping design the watch, which is kind of cool. I do like the vintage look, the titanium on the bracelet, the titanium on the actual watch itself. Probably actually wear really, really light, and that mesh looks pretty cool. As you guys know, if you guys know the bracelets, I wear my Omega Seamaster all the time. The Omegas, the bracelets and everything wear so comfortable. They're probably some of the best bracelets in the business as far as that goes, comfortability and everything. Maybe next to Breitling, maybe might do it almost as good. The Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2 I had in for a while. That one was a comfortable bracelet. But overall, what are you guys' thoughts on the watch? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think about it? Like I said, they had a home run, and I think they would have had even more of a home run had they lowered the price a little bit. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to market it, make it a little harder to reach. But that 8,000 US dollars, I think it would do more. I think it'd be more of a fair price at $5,000 or $6,000. I feel like would be a better price. What do you guys feel like? $5,000 or $6,000 would probably be a better price on it. I feel like that would make it a little bit above the regular Seamaster, but still attainable because I feel like that $8,000 you're getting into Rolex Submariner territory. You can get an Explorer, you can get all kind of different Rolex for right around that $8,000 mark. I think it's like 10,000 euros and something like 10,000 Aussie, 12,000 Aussie dollars, something like that, which is ridiculous. And like I said, I feel like I get why they're marketing it a little bit more expensive than the regular Seamaster, which it deserves to be a little more expensive because it's kind of a special edition. Though it does kind of remind me of my Seamaster. It's got that kind of regular S&PC look, but with a little more kind of refined, like I said, vintage kind of tropic vibe going. That patina loom, I feel like is really cool. No, they made it 42 millimeters this time around, which that 41 that I have wears really well. I feel like they would have made it 40. That would be a lot of people's sweet spot. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you think they hit a home run on the new Omega Seamaster? I feel like they did a good job. And for once, they didn't make it limited, limited edition, blah, 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 this, that, or the other. They didn't make it limited. And the only thing I feel like they did wrong this time around was add the, like I said, make the price so high. I feel like had they marketed it maybe like 1,000, maybe even 1,500 above the regular Seamaster, they would probably sell a lot more. What do you guys think? What do you think, Mike? What do you think, Bobby? What are you wearing tonight, by the way, Bobby? It's tea. But yeah, basically, like I said, just want to get on and talk about that. Maybe talk about a couple other things. You know how I've been looking at the Explorer. I've been kind of wondering whether I want a Rolex just because it's a Rolex, if that makes sense. I need to go and try on some more, try and explore if I can, which is kind of hard to do as they're all sold out everywhere at Explorer. Now, I've also been thinking about instead of the Explorer, possibly a Submariner no date, but I'm not positive. I'm not going to pull the trigger on anything or buy anything until then, until I know exactly what I want. Like I said, Bobby, you've actually got me looking at the Tudor again. I've been looking at that Black Bay 58. I agree, flipping Zippo. That's what I was saying. The extra money, like I said, if on the Seamaster, if they had I would say maybe about 1,500, maybe 2,000 above the regular retail, the regular Seamaster. I could see that, but that $8,000 is just way too high. I feel like. What are you wearing tonight, flipping Zippo? And thanks for everybody that joined the Facebook group. If you guys hadn't already joined the Facebook group, go over to my last live stream. Check that live stream out, and there's a link over there to check out the Facebook group. Pretty cool group. It's growing steadily so far, almost 200 people right now, so not too bad for the first week. Hoping to get it going a little bit bigger there, something to collaborate with the channel. But you said you saw a advertisement for it on Facebook at a local shop. Yeah, I feel like all the shops in the 80s are probably going to have them readily available, and they'll probably have them, which is pretty good marketing, I guess, because they'll have them before the movie. I think the movie comes out, in April of this coming year, I think is when their set date for the movie to come out is. Another thing that I like to buy back was the old Aston Martin that James Bond used to drive, the DB, what is it, DB5? The old school one. Nice. There's nothing wrong with the Hamilton. Which Hamilton is it? The Khaki King, Lipin Zippo? And the Polaris is, yeah, that's about 4,000 less than the Omega. You can go GLC. You can even go Zenith or something like that at that price range, around $8,000. You can get something more hot horology, I guess you could say. Yo, what's up, Jorge? How's your game going? How the Bears doing? I'm not really watching the game. What you wearing tonight, by the way, Jorge? We're just talking about the price on the Omega. I feel like if they made it $1,500 or $2,000 above the regular Seamaster version, kind of like the one I have, I feel like it would be a home run. It's not a limited edition, and they did really well in the design. And from what I've heard, Daniel Craig actually had some input on the nice. Congrats, Jorge. Hopefully they beat the Cowboys. No offense to any Cowboys fans out there, but I feel like if they, Daniel Craig had some input on the design, which is pretty cool because from what I hear, he is a watch guy. And doing these movies, I think did get him into Omega and into watches, which is pretty cool. So I feel like they did a really good job on the design overall, and they didn't go too crazy or too gaudy. They had that kind of vintage look, and adding that titanium into it, it'll wear really well. I feel like I just don't see the upmark price as being a big selling point for them. Like I said, in that price range, you can get into Rolex, which is a lot of people would probably rather do. I love my Omega. Don't get me wrong. Nice FW91. It's a classic. But yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. My Omega is my favorite watch, probably of every watch that I have, and it does get the most wear time. Really comfortable watch. But like I said, in that price range, I would rather go Rolex or, as mentioned earlier, GLC. You can even go Zenith. You can go. You're even closing in on some of the Holy Trinity brand there at that $8,000 price range. You can get used VC. That's around Constantine, something like that, around $8,000 or less. So I mean, there's so many more other options you can get other than that Seamaster at that price. I feel like they might have priced themselves out at that $8,000. Had it been maybe $6,000, I feel like it would have been a decent. What do you guys think? Maybe about $5,500, $6,000 would be a decent price for it. That would make it kind of a little more special than the regular Seamaster, but it would still make it attainable to most people that would want it. Which then again, it's probably going to be like with a lot of us. Like I don't know how old you guys are, Just tell you my age. I grew up with Pierce Brosnan as my Bond, and ever since I saw him, he had the Seamaster with the wave dial. He had the little laser and all that on that. I thought that was the coolest thing growing up, and I always wanted one of those watches. And I got one similar to it now that I'm old enough and have the funds for it. That may be what's happening here too. Which I mean, I know they want something now, but that'll probably happen a lot too. Kid will go see this movie, and he'll probably want 20 years from now, he'll probably want this watch. So it may end up being a collectible watch, possibly. No, it's not limited, Bobby. That's what I was saying. That's one of the home runs they hit is they didn't do limited because, as we know, Omega and limited edition doesn't really mean anything. Omega will say it's a limited edition Speedmaster or whatever, and they'll make 8 to 10,000 units of them worldwide. So their limited edition is different from everybody else's limited edition. So that's one thing they did do right. I feel like their marketing's going to be good because I'm sure they're marketing on all the 007 posters and all that. So there's going to be people that want them just because of that, and people with a lot of money that will buy them, even if they're not into watches, that will probably buy them just because of the James Bond factor. Because I know there's a lot of people that end up buying a lot of watches because of the James Bond movies that aren't really into watches. So that's where Omega did hit a home run with that. Their marketing department is really good with that. But like I said, I feel like they kind of price themselves out of the regular watch enthusiasts because she knows, they know you can get all kind of different other options available at that price range from that. What do you guys think about that? You guys think? I think their sales overall are going to be decent because, like I said, there's people that comes, that will buy the watch just because of the movie. They'll watch the movie and they'll want to buy the watch, or James Bond collectors will buy it. But as far as like the regular watch geeks like ourselves, we know there's so many other options you can get at that price range. And I may still eventually end up picking one up. You never know. I'm not down talking it. Like I said, it's a great watch. The only thing that baffles me, and the only thing I think Omega got wrong on it, was the price. Yeah, and that $8,000, you're right, Mike. That watch roll I saw was really really nice. It's kind of got that vintage vibe too. It's got, of course, 007 all that, but at the same token, I would rather have Omega. One thing that Omega does really well, at least on my Seamaster, that box, the presentation box, is probably the nicest box I've ever gotten out of any of my other watches. The only nicer watch box or same quality was the microbrand Manta that I got. It was about the only thing that was close to it, luxury wise, in the box that came with it. And I feel like when you're buying your first luxury watch, the presentation is a really important part of it too. And Omega usually does that pretty well. What you wearing tonight, Mike? You wearing the Monster, or you wearing the Oris? But basically, I want to come on and get you guys' opinion on the watch. Do you guys like it? What would you rate it? I'd rate it, like I said, overall 8 out of 10 probably. Not saying I wouldn't want it, but that price is the only thing that throws me off because knowing the watches, I'm not a guru or anything like that, but I'm in the hobby, been in the hobby for a while. Knowing watches like I do, there's so many other options out there at that $8,000. You're starting to get into the higher echelon of watches, even higher than Omega. That's the only thing I feel like they price themselves out. Nice, the 007. Actually sold mine. It should be on its way out to. I can't remember. I think I sold it to somebody out in Illinois. It should be heading out that way. I sold that and the 009. So, but yeah, I feel like I said, the only knock on it, like I said, really is the price. Other than that, I feel like they hit a home run. And I'm waiting to see what the gray market prices are because I feel like you'll be able to, some 80s, you'll be able to source the watch through a gray market price but I still feel like that gray market price is probably going to be around 7,000, 6,500, somewhere around there. Like I said, you're talking Explorer 1, you're talking almost some Mariner money for that. So that's it's going to be a wait and see. I don't know when the 80s are due to get them released. Does anybody know any release dates, like when the 80s are going to start getting their flow in of the watches? We don't have any Omega 80s here, unfortunately. I did go to an Omega boutique up in the King of Prussia Mall up in Philly when I was up there. Pretty nice boutique. So I'm sure they'll probably get one or two of them in. But anyways, guys, that's just my take on the new Seamaster. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I figured I'd get on here and chat with you guys for a little bit tonight. I will appreciate all you guys coming on, and I will chat with you guys later. All right, peace.